Are you ready?
Yeah, turn up the heat.
Are you ready?
Is he ready? Oh, yeah, he's ready.
It's go time.
Ready to go beyond the scores and stats.
I love it.
Good.
Let's bring it in. It's showtime, right?
Welcome to High on Sports.
The whole deal is like some kind of crazy game.
Exclusively on MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello, and welcome to High on Sports. I am Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
and whether you are joining us tonight on one of the many glorious apps or at home on your computer, thank you for making High on Sports a part of your evening. Remember, if you aren't listening on one of those many glorious apps, simply take your smartphone, search for TuneIn Radio. It is free to download and install, and hit play, search MSC Radio Network, I should say, hit play, and you are listening to us live on the go from your phone. And remember, as always, you can call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your questions or comments to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. Of course, you can tweet at us at high_on_sports or with the hashtag high-on-sports. Facebook.com/high-on-sports is obviously the Facebook, and high-on-sports.net is the website. It's got the archive of all our past shows, my blog, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, that is high-on-sports.net. All right, this is a jam-packed show for you this week. So let's jump right into this. This is round one. Let's go. All right, another. It blew my mind. You and I were talking about this on the way here. Is obviously we're gonna open the show with baseball and everything, but are you aware the Browns play 1 week from Thursday, and the NFL Hall of Fame game, which is the first preseason game, is Sunday. It's just, I mean, I tweeted earlier.
Are we going to be down at that game?
At the Hall of Fame game?
Yeah.
Canton?
We should be down there, right?
Where's our invitation? I'm waiting to hear back from the NFL.
If it's so soon coming up, we should be down there. It's right around the corner, bro.
Yeah, we got to call our people.
I'll have to,
hey, people,
We'll
get
have
in
our,
charge of that.
We'll have our people contact the NFL's
I'll
people.
do some research right now.
Yeah.
And,
Get some people on it.
I love going to the Hall of Fame. I try to go there once a year at least. It's awesome. You never. How does that happen? How does that happen?
I don't know.
Okay, we're
it's
doing
right
that.
there. I know. It's right there.
We're doing that very soon. We're taking a show road trip. It's hardly a road trip. It's Canton, but
A year from now, I was trying to plan with former co-host and good friend of the show, Mr. Allen, a trip to Cooperstown
that'd
next
be
year
fun.
for the Baseball Hall of Fame. On next year's ballot, Greg Maddux, Frank Thomas,
Oh, wow.
Tony La Russa, and Tom Glavine, a few other guys.
That's a good one.
Should be a big
Wow.
ballot. It's a possible trip for a year from now. Look forward to that.
Absolutely. I went to the. I've been to the hockey one. I don't know why, but I was there.
Where is that even at?
Tell me that's in
Is
America.
that in Canada?
Please
No, it is
tell me
in
it's in America.
Canada. It is in Toronto. I went there.
The
I don't know
capital
why.
of Canada.
I guess. I don't know. It could be.
No, it's not.
It honestly, it absolutely could be, and I would have no choice but to believe you. I have no idea. And no, obviously I've been to the NFL Hall of Fame. This is right there in Canton. It's in our backyard, and some people,
I don't get out much.
Oh, jeez. Wow. This is the one day of the week you leave the house.
It really is.
But
Other than that,
I've never
Locked
been.
With
in my
all
living
those
room.
sporting assignments we have her watch on a daily basis, how do you
Exactly.
expect her to get out?
Exactly. I've never been to.
Blame you.
I've never been to Cooperstown, obviously, and
I want to go there too so bad.
Where's the basketball one? It's in one of those like boring states.
Is it in Indiana?
No.
Did I
no.
just make
it's
that
somewhere
up?
in the Midwest.
Let me. I'll have the statistician department get on that NBA Hall of Fame. But well, it's actually no. That's the one. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame. It's the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame. They inject WNBA. They inject. I didn't mean inject. I mean, what did I mean?
The Flint Tropics, are they
They
in there?
Yeah.
They induct. I said inject.
Yeah,
No,
well-
that's for a little later in the show. We'll get more into that. But
Why did they
no,
put
they
women
induct.
in
They
it?
induct everybody because it's not just NBA. It's basketball as a whole. They put anybody
Phooey.
from basketball in there. Nobody pays attention to
Phooey.
who gets in from like the French league or whatever.
They
but
put them people in there?
yeah, Europe, everywhere. They put
What
everywhere.
the hell?
It's all just basketball. Oh, it's in Springfield, Massachusetts. Really?
Oh,
Massachusetts.
so it's not in the
Huh.
Midwest.
Oh, I guess that's not the most boring state. But
I always thought it was like in Indiana.
it seems
you
like an
know?
alright state. It should be.
The
But anyways,
Hoosiers and all
that's
that good stuff.
let's get back on
Yeah,
track.
let's get back to the show. God, we all have horrible ADD.
All right, let's talk some. Hey, it was fine though. Talking Hall of Fames.
Yeah,
It's
at least
classic,
so
you
at
know?
least it was like on a sports
They're
topic
all.
this
If
time.
you realize though, all the Hall of Fames are centered around the East. You know, nothing's like. I wonder if there
poor
are any
West.
Hall of Fames in the West, like the Surfing Hall of Fame.
Well,
and
that would
stuff.
make sense.
The worst Hall of Fame. It's not sports related, but I'll mention this real quick. I was on my way to Chicago once, and I had to pass through Indiana to get there because of geography and stuff. And as I was going for the longest stretch of highway, I saw nothing but like brown grass, nothing, not even dirt. Like it was nothing except for a big sign that said "Future Home of the RV Hall of Fame."
What?
So, maybe Pete Rose can get inducted there. I don't know the rules.
Poor guy.
I don't know how that works, but he said in an interview this week. By the way, he said it's time to move on. Put me in the hall.
It really is.
I want in. It is. But
I
let's
mean, yeah.
talk more modern baseball. The Cleveland Indians now 3 games in back of Detroit. Detroit absolutely hammering the Phillies this week. But the Indians right there with them, sweeping Texas.
Yeah.
First time they've swept Texas at home since 1980.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I mean, well, it's not easy. Texas is good.
Exactly. And even when they weren't good, they could hit.
Yeah.
You know? I remember for years, Texas was, way before they went to back-to-back World Series, Texas was just constantly, you'd play them and they couldn't pitch for crap. They never had pitching for the longest time. But man, they could hit. They always had one of just one of the most potent lineups, really in the league.
And we shut them out
they
2 days in a row.
just couldn't pitch. Yeah, Ubaldo Jimenez throwing a 2-hitter.
Yeah.
What? Where was that? Where did that come from? So let's look at the Indians rotation here a little bit. Yeah, we're gonna be Indian centric, so any non-Indians fans just gonna have to deal with this for a minute. Let's look at the schedule here upcoming. They play the White Sox tonight in the first of a 4-game series. White Sox tonight, tomorrow night, Wednesday night, and Thursday afternoon. Always weird when they do it afternoon and like in the middle of the week.
Damn games.
Thursday at noon. Who's there?
Yeah, come on.
Who's not at
And you
work?
wonder why
I
you don't
know.
get fans to show up to games. Well, when you have a middle of the afternoon game during the week.
Those are the games I'm usually at.
I'll tell you what, though, and here's the thing, to the Indians' credit, and really, we could talk and yell until we're blue in the face about the attendance. There is no answer to this. There's no reason why it's like, well, clearly there's no fans because blah, blah, blah. I mean, that's not saying there's no fans. That's obviously an exaggeration, but I mean, the attendance woes that the team tends to have.
I mean, they get good.
This-
They do
the
get good
fact
attendance
is,
on the weekends.
I'm
Friday,
saying-
Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
They get a lot of people. It's just no one goes during
I'm
the
saying
week.
the fact is you have a team that is 3 games out of the Central Division crown in August. It's basically August. Let's round up to the nearest month. 3 games out in August. Like this, they are in it. This isn't even just like, oh well, not yet and stuff. This is like we're coming to the stretch run here, August, September, and everything. This is these 2 months are gonna go fast.
Yeah.
And this is where things really start to matter. 3 games out, and it's basically August. By the way, yes, of course, on August 1st, they play that final game, like I said. Then they go to Miami for a 3-game set, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
And then we got the big one.
And then we got the 4-game series against
That's
the
gonna be
Tigers.
huge.
We'll preview that more next week as it starts next Monday. But anyways, the rotation right now, as it looks, Masterson, Jimenez, McAllister, Kazmir, and Kluber. Everybody keeps talking about the trade deadline, and the Indians need to make a move. Yovani Gallardo, same problem as last week. Yovani Gallardo.
There we go.
It's just all these L's, but it's a Y noise? What are you doing? Yovani
Weird Latin
Gallardo. Okay, Yovani Gallardo of the Brewers is a name a lot of people have thrown around because he's a guy you get multiple years with him. He's not a rental, but, I mean, the fact is, if the Indians picked him up tomorrow, tonight, whatever, where do they plug him in? Who's the odd man out here? I don't know. I mean, a lot of people would say Jimenez, but he's still,
He just threw a 2-hit shutout
he just threw a
against
2-hit
Texas.
shutout. Exactly. Exactly.
So, yeah, he does have his bad days.
He is 8-5.
But when you can get him on his good day, he is really good. He drives me crazy because he's freaking back and forth all the time. 1 minute he's giving up 10 runs in the first inning, next minute he's throwing a shutout. But if you can get that, then you can't get rid of him. If that's what you can get out of him.
The Indians' current 5-man rotation has one man with a losing record. Zach McAllister at 4-6. Kazmir's 6-4. Jimenez 8-5. Kluber 7-5.
Yeah, it's not
and
terrible.
Masterson 12-7.
Masterson's got 3 1-0 shutouts.
Oh God, he's absolutely insane.
And we're leading the league.
And
by the way,
McAllister,
with 14.
who is 4-6, by the way, is rocking a 3.52 ERA on the year right now. This is absolutely. This rotation has done a total 180 from the start of the year.
Yeah.
I remember early on this season, it was still April, and all of a sudden everybody was just, oh crap, what are we gonna do? Oh, son of a bitch. But all of a sudden you look at it now, it's like the starting pitching I do not think it's the problem anymore.
No.
Now, whether this is just them hot right now, I don't think that's the case because it seems to be pretty continuous. I think his pitching rotation was nothing but a positive surprise all year.
But on the other side of the stick, it's the bullpen that
Yeah,
has done a complete reversal as
Yeah.
well.
Which is funny because the season started, they said biggest strength, bullpen, biggest weakness, rotation. And all of a
really
sudden,
Already got 19 blown saves on the year as a team.
we were missing our closer for a while there with the whole pot/injury thing. Mostly pot, I'd say.
Well, yeah.
But-
Distraction.
But, so there was the distraction there and stuff, which, honestly, the more I think about that, we should have known. Look at his beard. Who just, come on. Dead giveaway.
So you're probably going to speculate about Jason Worth as well.
Well, hey, I'm not here to point fingers, but, allegedly. Not even really, but it's just, I don't think you go out and you sell the farm for a Giovanni Gallardo.
No.
I really don't think you do. And I don't think there's any, position opening really for a bat or anything right now. I think if anything, the Indians have 1 to 2 too many players on this roster as far as position players go right now, where some nights you really got to figure out how you're going to squeeze Mark Reynolds into the lineup. Because it's like, oh, God, we haven't played him in 4 days. We got to do something with him. We're paying him.
Right.
DH, I don't care. And then Jason Giambi, still DH him every couple of weeks. If anything, we have too much. But
And the other problem is, no matter who we talk to, everyone's asking point is always Francisco Lindor.
Exactly, and that's the problem. Is the Indians
we cannot get rid of that kid.
The Indians have an atomic weapon in the trade deadline here. Is they can basically sell Lindor or a package around Lindor for almost anyone they want. You can go to anyone that's losing right now.
Yeah.
That's gonna sell. Take their biggest selling piece, whatever, and you can get him with Lindor. It almost doesn't matter who you go to. Almost doesn't matter at all. But when like in real life, when you use an atomic bomb, there's repercussions.
Yeah. Do you really want to get rid of that
It
kid?
is an absolute last resort. And I think the biggest thing is it's just frustrating for fans because you're sitting here right now 3 back, and you just feel like, especially since Detroit made a move, they got, Varys from the closer from closer with a sub-3 ERA that they're going to be using as a setup man. It's sickening. But, Detroit lands someone in their bullpen, which was really their biggest weakness. And all of a sudden, it looks like Detroit's making a move, and the Indians, there's almost nowhere, aside from, late relief and stuff, there's nowhere to really plug someone in. So it's a little frustrating as a fan to sit there and think there's almost no place to make a move. But and part of it is what Major League Baseball is now with the extra wild card. We've talked about this before on the show. It makes a lot of teams that should be sellers not necessarily sellers, or at least not all
because
in.
they still have a shot.
The Phillies should be selling everything that stops moving long enough to trade right now. They should absolutely be offering everything. They should be trading away the Philly fanatic. They're dead. But there's that other wild card, and they're like, we are the Phillies. We do have one of the best rosters on paper in baseball. Maybe we can still make a move. Same with a team like the look at the Angels. Ugh, losing Albert Pujols for the season. Their season's done. They're not going anywhere. But that's part of what the extra wild card does is it presents false hope in certain teams' minds. But I mean, it's just how you have to deal with it. And then there's even whispers of maybe even more playoff teams, which would just be.
That'd be ridiculous.
I don't even want to think about it.
No.
But of course, we are nearing the trade deadline, and honestly, it's been kind of quiet so far.
It really has.
Really, the biggest trade was Matt Garza traded to the Rangers, but I mean, other than that, it's been pretty quiet. Like there was Varys again from Houston to Detroit, and I heard the Rays reportedly have acquired Jesse Crane from Chicago from the White Sox, which is good because the Indians are currently playing the White Sox, so makes that all the more easy. But it's it's a little unfortunate just because it's much more exciting when moves can be made and stuff. But I'm at a point now. I think the Indians stand pat and stay firm with what they have. I don't know if there's any moves to be made. If they bring someone, I think it's going to be a cheap, smaller name reliever. I don't think there's going to be a big name moved, especially not to the Indians in this deadline. What are your thoughts, Von Eric?
Well, it's been reported everywhere that Antonetti wants to make a deal. He's even flat out came and said that. Just he's looking to upgrade the team. That's what he wants to do. But if the asking price is too high, I don't think he'll pull the trigger. I agree with you.
It's
because there's no point in making a move just for the sakes of making a move.
Exactly.
And so if you can't find anything that you need for like a cheap price, for like not blowing up the team or getting rid of a big piece, then there's just no point, because they're good enough to where if they can snag a playoff spot, anything can happen once you get to the playoffs.
Exactly.
So they just need to be good enough to get there. And right now, I think if they could figure out how to beat Detroit head to head, I think they could.
I think it's interesting right now that some of these moves that are rumored or at least discussed is Michael Young with the Phillies.
Oh yeah, going back to Texas.
And there's talks that Texas is interested, which is it's just gonna look weird when he finally hangs it up and everything's said and done. And you're going to look at, like, his career. And it's going to be, like, 1990 whatever to 2012 Texas. Half of 2013 with the Phillies. The rest of 2013 on to whatever with the Rangers. It's going to look weird. But another one similar to that, although I highly doubt this will. No, not even highly doubt. I'm going to guarantee this won't happen, is the Phillies, they seem to want to move Cliff Lee. And as soon as I heard that, I had read something where the Indians were, they're certainly going to call Philadelphia. They're going to inquire about it. He played here. He won his Cy Young here. The only problem is a move like that, at least to me anyways, seems impossible without Lindor.
Yeah.
I do not think you can make that move without them acquiring Francisco Lindor. And they really don't want to, especially because Asdrubal Cabrera is, under contract for next season, and that's it.
Yeah.
And who knows what's going to happen with that. Some players you kind of can get a good feel like Chu, especially with his agent and everything. We knew when his contract was up, there was almost no chance he was going to be an Indian. Like Cabrera, is this a guy that we can get to sign on to a long-term deal? And I've heard crazy theories. This is where everybody wants to play GM at the trade deadline and be like, we trade this guy and that guy, whatever, and we move Asdrubal Cabrera to third, or we move. I read an article once where someone suggested that they move all-star second baseman Jason Kipnis over to third.
What?
Do whatever with Lonnie Chisenhall.
Yeah, that's the best thing to do in a playoff hunt, is to start switching positions.
Move an all-star to a different position, and then call up Lindor now, and we can have Lindor and Cabrera, one at second, one at third. Doesn't matter. It's like this kid is still in Akron.
Isn't he like 18, 19?
This isn't Yasiel Puig, where he's like defected from Cuba, where he's already a grown man that was just in Double-A because he just got here. Like this is a kid. This is a kid. He was drafted out at what? He had 1 year of college, I think. Isn't he 19 right now?
Yeah.
19? And you're talking about call him up to play with some grown men?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
To be fair, Asdrubal was 19 the year he got called up in 2007.
All right, and that
took
was a
the,
playoff hunt and everything. That was out of necessity, though.
Yeah, we had.
That wasn't just because, he'll be cool to watch.
It wasn't Sean McDonald. It was somebody else who didn't.
that Jamie
Jesse
Carroll?
Barfield.
We did have Jesse Barfield. That wasn't the year of Jamie Carroll, was it?
Well, he was there.
Yeah,
Or
we
he
had-
was there afterwards, but it was the Barfield kid.
It was Josh Barfield. He just did not pan. We traded Kevin Kuzmanoff for him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Josh Barfield just did not pan out.
Nope.
He had the weirdest eyebrows. That's all I remember. When you think about him, he had eyebrows like he was constantly like a cartoon character smiling. It was like you cover up his mouth, you're like, oh my, like you look at just his eyes, you're like, wow, I bet he's got the stupidest giant grin right now. And then you move it off and it's just like he's like frowning. It's hard to explain, but everybody go home and Google Josh Barfield's face and you'll know exactly what I mean. Either way, but yeah, no, that was out of necessity. The Indians got to a point with Barfield where they just couldn't wait anymore. He clearly was not panning out. And they had to go and see what they had at AAA, and it was Asdrubal Cabrera, and the rest, as they say, was history.
They brought him up to play second base, even though he was a natural shortstop.
Mm-hmm. He was an all-star starter
because they needed him.
Johnny Peralta was there, which of course
Peralta.
they needed Johnny Peralta to stay at shortstop. He's such a good shortstop.
Right.
Sarcastic, but
We didn't need him at third base. We had the almighty Casey Blake.
Oh, Casey Blake was great. I loved Casey Blake. Is he gone now?
Oh, he's in the National League somewhere.
Is he? Is he still with the Dodgers?
No,
the
not with the
Doyers?
Dodgers.
I know he was a Dodger, but I want to say
Yeah,
actually we traded him
to the Dodgers for
Carlos Santana. There you go. Who I honestly, looking at the roster, I want to see Santana spend more time at DH, which they've started to do here and there a bit more since the All-Star break. The world kind of unanimously agrees. Carlos Santana cannot play.
Oh my God,
he
he's so
cannot
garbage.
defensively. He sucks at being a catcher.
Yeah.
He just
He
is.
screwed up
yeah.
again this weekend, cost us a run against Texas. I mean,
guy-
we still ended up winning.
The kid can hit though, so they want to keep him in the lineup.
Yeah.
Obviously, and you can't put him at first base because that's where we got to play Swisher and everything, and it gets a little complicated. I think he has a future on this team, career really as a career DH. I think you need to take time of transitioning with that though, because I think you look at some guys, they can't handle the move right away. Look at Adam Dunn. When he was what, with the Nationals or the Reds at the time, whatever, knocks out like 40 home runs, playing whatever they can squeeze him in there because he can't field or move for crap. So he comes over, you think ideal situation, come to the White Sox, all he has to do is hit. Never even has to move really. Just swing and hit home runs.
sucked.
He ended up hitting, what was it, like 3 home runs that year or something?
Yeah, and he
it was
barely
nothing.
batted 200.
It was just atrocious what he did that season.
Struck out almost 250 times. I'm going to pull up his stats because they were ridiculous.
It was bad.
He
It
struck out like
was
every other time he stepped
bad.
to the plate.
And he
struck
had
out.
just hit, I want to say, 41 home runs with, I can't remember now if it was the Nationals or the Reds. Somebody in the National League
I'm
that
pretty
wears
sure
red.
it was the Reds.
Well, either way, I mean, it's kind of a shock to the system because it's a total overhaul of your routine. You're used to going out there and stretching and getting in the game and fielding everything and stuff, but now it's like you're sitting 90% of the time.
Yeah.
Because you're only going up there every couple of innings to hit and everything, so you kind of it
That
throws
screwed
you
me
up
up,
because
too.
and you strike out and stuff. So all you've got to do is go sit down and think about how you struck out and just let that soak in and just think about it and process it and relive it again and again until it comes up to hit again and the pressure can be too much.
Yeah.
His first year with the White Sox was 2011. Played in 122 games, batted 159 on the year.
Jesus.
Ouch.
Home runs, he hit 11.
Strikeouts.
Struck out 177 times.
It's criminy. Holy cow.
Jeez. How many home runs did you say he hit again?
11.
11.
On the year. They brought him in as the full-time DH.
And he had just hit 41, I want to say. My numbers right? You got those numbers too? Or with
38 the year before.
well,
38 the
rounding
previous
up.
2 years.
38 and 11. Oh.
But he came back the next year, though. 41. 41
Yeah, he
home
picked it up
runs.
because he had some time. So that's why, either way, that's the point I'm making with.
Even brought up the batting average to 204.
Oh.
That's all right. We're in the process of getting a picture of Josh Barfield on your computer screen at home. If you're watching the show on your computer, look at his eyebrows. Look at that. You just cover up like his mouth and look at his eyes. It's like he's got this big stupid grin, but he doesn't. He doesn't. He's got like a cartoon character's eyebrows. If that's up on your screen right now, just look at that face. It's intense. Anyways, this is when was he at
God.
Philly? Is that now or is that? I don't know. I don't know where he is. But either way, the thing is, that's what I was getting at before, is with Santana. Is I want to see him make it as a DH, but I do think you've got to ease him into the role. Give him some time at DH. Give him some opportunities here and there. Because honestly, I know it's been in limited opportunities and stuff. I like what this Yan Gomes kid's got.
Yeah.
I like Lou Marson. He plays a great catcher. Unlike Lou Marson, he can hit a baseball. Yeah. He can hit it pretty good, actually. I mean, he had a
I always
walk-off
felt so
home
bad
run
for
this
Lou
year.
Marson because he was a great defensive catcher and had a cannon for an arm, but the dude couldn't hit a ball if they were throwing beach balls at him.
There's so many guys like that in the league, though, where they're just phenomenal defensive players, very well respected on their teams. But the kids running around with the jerseys and everything have no freaking clue who he is. I'm sure Lou Marson is well respected in the clubhouse.
Probably.
Like guy, he's a hard worker.
Wait, is he even still on the team?
He's on the disabled list. But when he wasn't,
Future major league manager.
exactly, he's one of those guys who will someday be a manager, most likely. Manager Lou Marson, manager of the Indians. That can happen. It could very well happen many years from now. Like Eric Wedge. Eric Wedge was a pretty bad baseball player.
Terrible catcher.
I'll be blunt.
Awful.
He couldn't hit he couldn't hit the broadside of a barn, to borrow a phrase. But
Look at Yankees manager Joe Girardi.
Joe Girardi,
Another terrible catcher.
there is so many. It's just made up of just terrible catchers and Don Mattingly. That is like all the league's managers are either terrible catchers or Don Mattingly. And that's pretty much about it. But yeah, no, it's in closing, like to wrap everything up here with the Indians about the trade deadline. I don't expect a move. A small one, maybe, but I really would have liked to see them pull the trigger on a Varys, like the Tigers did. Although I'm happy because I heard a rumor that kind of scared the crap out of me. Was that Tim Lincecum was reportedly going to be on the trading block, and that the Tigers were the primary team interested.
I don't know how they could freaking what?
Yeah, it scared the crap out of me because honestly, Verlander, Scherzer, Anibal Sanchez, Tim Lincecum, like you talk about the Phillies' four aces, they can go shove it. If you had those four guys going out there, I mean there's your four aces. I mean that would be one of the greatest lineups to ever be in a baseball field.
But who would they give up though? Because they'd have to give up something big.
I don't think it's gonna happen. I think the Phillies are just gonna stick it out with Lincecum. Lincecum is a peculiar case. It's a very peculiar case. I mean, 2 Cy Youngs, and then he's just fallen so hard.
He cut his hair and now he can't pitch.
Has anyone? I struggle to think of anyone in history, in baseball history, that ever succeeded as much as he did that early, and leveled out the way that he has.
What
Or
about
bottomed
old
out.
D-Train? Dontrell Willis.
Okay, Dontrell Willis. What did he do success-wise?
He
though?
was the World Series MVP,
That's true. He was. That was weird because that was like a blood test found like a anxiety disorder in him was like the first news report. And it's like, what the hell does that mean? Like we took a blood sample. You have ADD. It's like what? That was the first report as to why he wasn't playing, and then all of a sudden it was just like, just never again. That was actually part of the Miguel Cabrera trade, too.
Yeah,
it was
had that,
Dontrell Willis and Miguel
that old,
Cabrera got sent
Rick
over.
Ankiel disease,
Oh,
where
God.
it's just all of a sudden you can't find the plate anymore. You throw the baseball and it's 20 feet to the side.
Maybe
the yips.
maybe I should get the whole station to do that test, including me.
A blood test for ADD?
We all have ADD here.
I don't want a needle touching me. I refuse. I'll have the MSC Players Association will debate on our behalf that we don't have to take any blood tests.
Yeah, we're union.
Exactly. We'll unionize. You try to come at us with a needle, we'll unionize. That's what we'll do. MSC Association. We'll get people in suits talking on our behalf.
I didn't see nothing about needles in my contract.
Yep, I
Right?
didn't see it. There was no talk of needles.
I'll pencil it in.
I don't know the legality of that, but it sounds good enough. All right, we're gonna take a quick break. When we get back, honestly, more baseball talk because we didn't even touch on the biogenesis stuff. A lot of big news with that, including the term lifetime ban being thrown out for someone quite famous. All that and what's urinating us off. A little talk of college football, perhaps. 3 up, 3 down, all that and so much more. Listen to High on Sports on the MSC Radio Network.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. If you have a product or service, let people know about it. Get your message out there and advertise on MSC Radio Network. It's easier than you think, and the whole planet is listening. Find out how you can advertise. Email Chris at morningshowcentral.com.
I know. Oh my God, I know what we're gonna do. Oh, it's so delicious, I can almost taste it.
If you're looking for the best sub shop in town, look no further. Hanini Subs, located at 7310 Lorraine Avenue, is the place for you. Stop in for a cold cut sub, cheeseburger and fries, wingdings and fries, and so much more. And almost taste it. Hanini Subs at 7310 Lorraine Avenue is open 24 hours a day. Check them out on Facebook, facebook.com/burrito crazy. And if you mention MSC Radio Network, you'll get $1 off your meal. It's all good at Hanini Subs.
So damn good.
Lakewood Computer, located at 14035 Madison Avenue in Lakewood, has it all. If you're in need of computer repairs or want to cut the cost of ink cartridges and printing supplies, count on Lakewood Computer in Lakewood, Ohio to provide it all. For the past 5 years, Lakewood Computer has been providing you with a huge assortment of computer equipment and services at very competitive prices. Lakewood Computer purchases and sells pre-owned desktops, laptops, and related equipment, and they offer outstanding prices on aftermarket printing supplies, including toner cartridges and ink cartridges. With 29 years of professional experience, Lakewood Computer is highly confident in their ability to enhance your overall computing experience. Check them out online at joeslakewoodcomputer.com. That's joeslakewoodcomputer.com. Or give them a call toll-free, 855-580-0768. That's 855-580-0768. Looking for reliable and affordable shoutcast audio or video hosting? JWN Media offers complete shoutcast hosting solutions for business or personal use. All plans come with full listener stats, custom web scripts for implementing your service into your existing website, full server control, super fast network, and huge bandwidth limits, a 99.5% uptime guarantee, and friendly, knowledgeable support personnel dedicated to making your hosting experience fun and easy. With plans starting at only $3 a month, you have no excuse not to get a server of your own. Plus, with the option to add auto DJ and on-demand services, you can be confident your station will be all it can be. Custom plans are also available at their website. Simply visit jwnmedia.com and click the Shoutcast hosting link to get started right now. The following message is for those with a credit score of 800 and below. Who wouldn't want better credit? Did you ever wonder how different life would be from just having a higher credit score? Are you tired of being turned down for any kind of loan or only offered high interest rates because your credit score is holding you prisoner? Life doesn't have to be that way anymore with access to Turnscor. By increasing your credit score only 50 to 100 points, it can potentially save you tens of thousands of dollars in interest over just a 5 to 10 year period. It can be the difference in getting approved for a personal loan, business loan, high limits on credit cards, a brand new car lease, or even a home mortgage. We see so many ads from companies that give us our credit score, but once we get our credit score, what are they going to do to actually repair your credit? Unfortunately, nothing. Until now, Turnscor is the first automated credit repair platform that is simple, safe, and secure. You'll be empowered right from the comfort of your own computer, so you can challenge and repair your credit report to ensure it's fair and accurate. Turnscor is specifically developed with you in mind. There's no more need for an attorney, credit repair companies, or credit counseling. More importantly, no more need for paying higher fees. Turnscor will help you get back on track and get the buying power you need. So whether you have bad credit, average credit, or even good credit, Turnscor is helping turn lives around one credit score at a time. Go to turnscore.com and enter the promo code MSC20 and get $20 off your purchase. That's TURNSCOR.com. 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 Hey, local bands and unsigned artists. What if I told you there was a place in Cleveland where you can get your merch made and have it sold in one location? What if I said you could bring your CDs and tickets to upcoming shows to this location? And what if I said you could do live acoustic sets at this location? I bet you're thinking there's no such place in Cleveland. Guess what? You'd be wrong. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland, and tell him you need merch made and you want to sell it in his store. Now, how cool is that? You can tell your fans to come down and get your stuff, and I think he'd ship your products to your fans. And he's local. Contact Rick Navario at Rock City, Cleveland today. 216-622-0377. That's 216-622-0377.
I knew something was wrong when a little pretty white girl ran into a black man's arms.
You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network. Pete 99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. Jumping from one web host to another can be frustrating. Finding a good web host can be unnerving for even the most experienced of web designers. That's why Uncensored Net Noise has chosen P99 Technologies as its web hosting supplier. Established in 1999, P99 Technologies has evolved into a first-class web hosting provider. Its 99.9% uptime rivals many in the industry. That's why they offer their 30-day guarantee, no questions asked. For more information, go to P99.com. P99 Technologies will help you get started with your web presence with honest and expert customer service. P99 Technologies. Affordable and reliable web hosting done right. If you're looking for the best in musical equipment, recording gear, sound reinforcement, and more, Guitar Center has you covered. Guitar Center, located at 26635 Brook Park Road in North Olmsted, has the tools of your trade with the largest selection of music and sound gear in the area. They cater to your musical needs and have the knowledge to help you out. Guitar Center in North Olmsted. MorningShowCentral.com uses them. You should too. Need to know more? Go to GuitarCenter.com. Call the show toll free. 1-888-668-0742. You're listening to Morning Show Central Radio Network on MorningShowCentral.com. With hundreds of live weather products and layers and thousands of combinations, Weather Studio provides a professional graphics and storm monitoring solution without complex user knowledge and without the industry standard price tag of $1,000 plus broadcast systems. Weather Studio displays a plethora of critical atmospheric and geophysical data on an interactive GIS-enabled computer map. Get your free 14-day trial of Weather Studio at their website, weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. That's weatherstudio.paulmarv.com. User-friendly and ready to serve. MorningShowCentral.com.
Hello, and welcome back to High on Sports. I am Ralphie, and with me, as always,
Ashley.
And I am Von Erich.
I'm loving the energy you bring.
Woo!
I came with the energy right there because of the energy you were bringing as we were coming in. You brought life to this show. You dancing
I was
around.
glad to do
You're
it.
You're pumped, ready to go, and I'm looking at that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to go. Yeah.
Let's do this.
Hey, remember, if you got a smartphone, you probably should at this point. Just do it. Go to the App Store. It's free to download. Tune in Radio. Search MSC Radio Network Hit Play, and you are listening to us live on the go from your phone, wherever you may be. That's awesome. Call the show toll-free, 1-888-668-0742. Email your comments or questions to shows with an S at morningshowcentral.com. And of course, you can interact with us on Twitter at high_on_sports or with the hashtag HighOnSports. You can also hashtag HighOnSports on Facebook because hashtags are there now. It's exciting. It's riveting. And our Facebook page is facebook.com/HighOnSports. If you have not liked it already, go ahead and click the like button. You get a bunch of sports updates and things and local stuff and news stories and fun little factoids and certain things like that, as well as the occasional sports meme and just fun stuff to brighten your Facebook timeline. So And remember, of course, our website, highonsports.net. It's got the archive of all our past shows, my blog, and a bunch of other fun stuff. Again, that is highonsports.net. All right, this is a jam-packed second half for you. It is a round dose. Let's go. All right, it's time for a staple of High on Sports, and that is, of course, what's urinating us off. And we're going to start, as we always do, with Von Erich. Von Erich, what's urinating you off?
Ralphie, I ask you if you remember a time when a certain person on this panel drafted Ryan Braun first overall in a fantasy baseball draft that may or may not be called the High on Sports Radio Fantasy Baseball League.
I drafted him in the top 10 last year. I think I took him at 8. But you took him number 1.
Well, as my first overall pick, I don't remember which pick I was, but
I'll let you know. But go on.
Now, what I want to know as a fan, what kind of restitutions do I get for having to drop this guy from my roster? Well, you know, I don't personally care if he used steroids.
I know where this is going.
He could had some elephant steroids so he can hit the ball an extra few hundred feet. I don't care. Good. He plays for the Brewers. It's none of my concern.
Exactly.
So, what I think is fair, how we should work this is, since I had to drop Ryan Braun, I think I should be able to pick like one guy off of each team. Hey, that's why they call it a supplemental draft, because my guy was taking supplements.
You know what? It's your fault for picking a roid addict. It's your own fault.
I'll tell you what.
Next time, drug test your guys' Wheaties before you draft them. Just saying. It's your own fault. You can't start taking people from other teams because you picked the guy on roids.
Hey, that's the liberal way. It's only fair.
Whoa, well, hold on. Here we go.
God, that's
Hold on.
great.
No. I was saying whoa about this, the draft order.
Draft order?
Yeah, listen to this.
That was so true.
Number 1 went Miguel Cabrera, Detroit third baseman, obviously. Number 2 to Pistoried franchise Ryan Braun.
Number
2 overall. I was right there at number 3 with Mike Trout. Pretty brilliant move. But,
Who did I
just
take?
saying. I took Clayton Kershaw in the second round, too. My team's beautiful.
remember.
I'm only
So
8-8.
long ago now.
Felix Hernandez in the 3rd. Bryce Harper in the 4th. God, I'm good at this.
It was so long ago. I don't remember.
Again, I am 8-8, though. Where are you? Team Brum, because you never named them.
I never named my
Justin
teams.
Verlander.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Sure, I guess.
Just
That's
saying.
all right. Joey Votto, you also took.
Okay.
Where's Team Brown? Adrian Beltre in the 3rd. Third round. Come on. Dustin Pedroia, you took in the 4th. Your team's not exciting. I'm going to level
No.
with you. Nothing
No.
about that gets me going. Not like
Okay.
mine. Matt Cain in the 5th? What? Oh, man. Man, I'm good.
Am I beating you, though?
I got
What's our records at?
Jonas Cespedes in the 6th. Oh, the home run derby champion.
I am
Too
way
bad the
more
home run
excited
derby
about the
champion
guys that I
gets you
picked
no
up on the
points.
waiver wire.
Yeah?
Such as second baseman Daniel Murphy,
I have-
who got me 20 points the other night.
I have Alan Craig. Alan Craig is an all-star.
My computer doesn't work, so
Yes,
I can't
he
look
is.
at
I
any of
had
this.
him last year.
Eric Hosmer. That was it was whatever.
Segura from Milwaukee.
just a fun
Oh, who
move.
drafted him? Nobody. But I picked him up on waiver wire. I
Well,
got
good
Puig.
for you. So go pick someone else up then.
I got Manny Machado in round 23.
Did you see that play he made the other day?
I saw him get picked up by me in round 23.
I'm just
Fuck.
saying, did you see that play he
Oh.
made? That was nasty.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
He bobbled it, picked it up, and threw a rope from like 10 feet off of behind foul territory in third base and still gunned the guy out.
How am I 8-8?
I don't know, what am I?
Yeah, I'm still
Like,
gonna. I still probably am
16
gonna.
and
Get,
0?
I'm gonna get the wild card. Huh,
16-0?
I'm pretty good.
That's a little cocky. I'm probably
No,
under
you're
500. I'm probably not doing so well.
6-10.
Yeah, I'm not doing so swell.
So
Football is my thing.
which reminds
Regardless,
me.
I'm just urinated off because
Sure.
I think they should give the fans some sort of restitution.
I'll tell you what.
Out of Ryan Braun's pocket.
Hold on.
It ain't the team's
They did,
fault.
and you know what? I am. People always say Ralphie. He's nothing if not reasonable and fair. He's a stern but also just show host. So here's what I'm gonna do, Mike.
Nothing!
No, I am. He will receive compensation for this the wronging that Ryan Braun has done to you. The Milwaukee Brewers have announced today for anyone who goes to one of the 12 August home games of the Brewers will get a $10 voucher to use at the stadium. And I will, Von Erich, I will treat you like a Brewers fan. If you go to any one of those 12 games in Milwaukee, before you leave, I'll give you a crisp $10 bill to use at the stadium.
So
or use
all I
wherever
gotta
else
do
you
is
want. Because
attend one of the
$20.
home games for the Milwaukee Brewers.
Yeah.
that's all you
Oh,
gotta do.
that sounds fair and reasonable.
Exactly.
I agree with your ruling.
Crisp new $10 bill just for you.
So it's kind of like $20.
I am
because you get the-
satisfied.
Yeah. See, now
There you go.
everybody's happy.
And I'll tell you what, once I've handed it to you, I'm not looking, so whatever. If it gets spent on the way there, if you never end up there, I can't
You have
prove
to make
wrong.
the effort, though.
But you gotta try.
Get on the freeway
The
towards
Indians
Milwaukee.
made that mistake. What they would do with the, they used to have the lunch in 3 innings. You for $15, you'd get the $10 voucher. But what they would do is just charge you $5 to get in, and say, well, you could just spend the 10 inside. Well, after realizing that not everyone was spending their $10 inside the stadium walls, then they had to change their policy, and now they make you pay for the $10 voucher, and they use your ticket as
To make sure you're using that stuff inside. Yeah. Way to ruin it, everybody who cheated at it.
Right.
But yeah, no, and that's speaking of though this biogenesis thing. I've got the latest on here. Ryan Braun is not the biggest piece in this puzzle by far. Well, I shouldn't say by far because he is the second biggest piece. So he's pretty close. But A-Rod is the biggest name in this whole
I
scandal.
hope he goes
Johnny
down
Peralta
so hard.
is here. Maybe perhaps the Tigers are about to lose Johnny Peralta for the year. Anyways, as you know, because we didn't really talk too much about it because it kind of happened, I think right after we went on air or whatever. It was Ryan Braun.
Yeah.
Okay, he made the deal with MLB. They said, listen, you can be suspended. Like, I don't remember exactly what they offered him. I think it was like all of next year or something. It was like whatever the deal was. It was a much harsher suspension. I think it was 100 games, or take your suspension right now for the rest of the year. And he immediately accepted the rest of the year. Obviously, the MLB, what they want right now more than anything, is to get this handled quickly and cleanly without appeals. Because we saw what happened the last time a big name appealed, was when Ryan Braun appealed, and it turns out on a technicality they couldn't count the pee sample that he had turned in. So it turned into a big black eye for Major League Baseball, and got Braun off the hook at the time. Of course, now he's back on the hook.
Right.
But either way, they're looking to just get this crap over. They don't care how bad they hit you; they just care that they hit you. Which is why the latest report is absolutely stunning. Alex Rodriguez is reportedly, according to USA Today, Alex Rodriguez has been offered a deal that constitutes the following. You will either be suspended from right now till the end of the year through all of next year. So we're talking the rest of the 13 seasons,
Damn, they
all
got
of the
some
14
dirt on
seasons,
him.
or lifetime banishment from Major League
If he
Baseball.
fights it.
Those are his two options. They said either take the suspension right now or we give you the lifetime ban. They'll give, if he says, no, I'm not going to be suspended right now, then they say, okay, you have a lifetime ban. And then he says, okay, appeal. And they go through the appeal process. And if Major League Baseball wins the appeal, you can never play baseball again.
Yeah.
You can never be a part of Major League Baseball ever again. It's done. You're Pete Rose. I mean, worse, and honestly, possibly. We don't know the full. I mean, Pete Rose still maybe, who knows everything he was betting on. But still, the fact is, obviously, this is one of the stupidly easy decisions I've ever heard of. Take the year and a half.
Yeah, because you know
Okay,
you
because
were
there's
on
no
boys,
way
and
you
know you busted,
Exactly.
so just
there's no way
deal
you
with it.
appeal the lifetime ban and come out fine. No chance that happens. Because
Pete Rose has been
clearly-
doing it for, 20 years?
Exactly.
He still hasn't got unbanned yet.
Clearly, they have enough on you that you are done if you try to fight this. I mean, that's all there is to this. This is absolutely ridiculous, though. The lifetime ban. That hasn't been brought up since obviously we've been talking about him all night since Pete Rose. It's lifetime ban for A-Rod.
He's been doing roids
Possibly.
forever. Then if they're gonna ban him. Whew.
I'll tell you what, they need to straight up change the system here. Here's what you need to do. I think if you're caught cheating with steroids or whatever, I think they give you an initial suspension. However long you want to do that is however long you want to do that. 50, 100. I think 100's fair. Maybe full season. Whatever you want to do. I think 100, not counting playoff. You're suspended from playoff, but I don't think that goes into your
doesn't
100.
count as the
So you're suspended 100 games right now. Your team goes to the playoff all the way and wins the World Series. That doesn't take out of your 100. Either way, you get 100 game suspension, however many game suspension, whatever you want to do, full season, whatever. Second offense, lifetime ban.
Yeah, it's the only thing that's going to
That's all there
straighten
is
them
to
out.
this. I think that's how this has to be. Because if somebody cheats and then gets caught, if they're just going to cheat again, don't trust them anymore.
Yeah.
Sometimes people mess up. Sometimes people make a stupid decision. And sometimes people can atone for that decision. Sometimes people can make up for that mistake that they've done. But if you're going to, it's like in a relationship or something. You cheat on somebody. If somehow they decide to take you back, and then you go cheat on them again, they should be done with you forever.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be like, well, now we're not going to date for a full year.
Yeah. No.
Yeah, take
I'm
that.
done with you forever. Get out. Get away from me. Don't
If
ever
you
come
cheat
back.
on me 3 times, we're not dating for 150 days.
Yeah.
Like, how does that make sense?
It does.
Put it in
That's why-
context
that's
of real
why
life, and it
that's
doesn't
why
make
so
sense.
many keep doing it, because they all they get is a slap on the wrist.
Exactly. And the thing is,
And
you
I
can
think that's
never...
finally why baseball is doing this now, because they've had enough. They're getting pissed off.
You can never make up for the wrong that they've done
Yeah.
through their career. Because you think Ryan Braun, perhaps he edged somebody out in making the team or in
Right?
getting advanced through the minors or whatever. There's possibly someone out there who would be on a Major League Baseball roster right now
And is it because
that
someone
is
else is using
unemployed
roids?
by baseball, is just living in a normal job or something, that doesn't get to be a professional baseball player because you are.
Yeah.
Because you took steroids. Because you advanced past him. with
And
steroids.
everyone, like, people who don't care, they always give the argument steroids don't help you hit the ball. No, but they help you hit it farther, and they help
Exactly.
you hit it harder. What would be a routine fly ball is now a 400-foot home run.
Exactly,
What would
like
be
someone-
just a soft line drive is now a rope.
I mean, the thing is, there's 2 things with the biggest name that gets thrown up in this, obviously, is Barry Bonds.
Yeah.
The people that just immediately want to write off Barry Bonds, like, oh, Barry Bonds, he was crap except for steroids. Barry Bonds was one of the greatest, talent-wise,
Yeah.
was one of the greatest baseball players of all time, potentially, but he did steroids to boost himself really from one of the greats
From just
to
a hitter
like
to a home run hitter.
MLB The Show
Yeah.
2012 type unrealistic numbers.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, he was an incredibly talented baseball player.
Yeah.
He wasn't some little like skinny like string bean who couldn't touch a ball and stuff. He was still hitting the ball because he was a damn good hitter. But the steroids are the only reason that he broke that record.
Yeah.
If he's not on steroids, he's
He
not
doesn't
breaking
hit,
the
what,
record.
was it 73? 70?
60 something, wasn't it? 763? I want to say.
No, I'm talking about the home runs he had this
Oh,
one
73.
year.
That was 73 in one season.
Yeah.
73 in one season. That's
Yeah,
absolutely
he
right.
doesn't hit those if he's not on roids. It doesn't happen.
And you look at them, the quickest way you can tell with some of these guys is they retire and then they just shrivel.
Yeah.
They just shrivel up. If you think about it, these guys should stay in great shape. They spent their whole like prime of their lives working out and taking good care of their bodies. They should live to be ridiculously old men in moderately good shape.
Yeah.
But you look at Mark McGwire, who like shrunk. He's
Yeah.
like he has to start wearing his children's clothes. Like it's like it doesn't even make sense. Like you just look like an entirely different person when your career is over. Like Sammy Sosa. Sammy Sosa is not black anymore. Or well, he wasn't black, but he's. Have you seen him? He got incredibly light. I don't know if that's because of some kind of like steroid or chemical in his body, but he was like a dark skinned guy, and then he retired. If you look at him now, he looks like he is Caucasian or something. He looks entirely light skinned. It's absolutely ridiculous. These guys, they just change into other things.
Yeah.
As soon as they retire, it doesn't make any sense.
McGuire looks like a Oompa Loompa.
I'll tell you one guy who did not get small after retiring was Bo Jackson.
That's because that dude is he's a beast. I don't think there was roids in him.
Yeah, he also played football, so there
Yeah.
was no roids in him.
By the way, I'm going to say to everybody right now, to prove the point I just made about Sammy Sosa, if you type in Sammy Sosa on Google, it wants to know Sammy Sosa, like it wants to finish your sentence with Sammy Sosa's skin. So I just...
He's got the Michael Jackson disease.
Exactly. I mean,
That's
it's
just insane.
It's absolutely ridiculous. He is
That's
deathly
ridiculous.
pale now. Like he came out like
He
a
took
vampire.
some bad roids.
Well,
Or something.
Maybe there's something wrong with him too.
He took
I
bad
don't know.
roids.
I don't know.
Oh, speaking of something, you owe Von Erich $10 right now.
For what?
What?
You owe him right now because they're not playing the Brewers at all the rest of the season.
No.
The deal is
no,
I have
no.
to attend a Milwaukee Brewers home game just as the ones that the Milwaukee
Exactly.
Brewers promised their fans a $10 voucher at their home games.
So I'm just saying, he's not going to go to Milwaukee, but if Milwaukee came to Cleveland to play,
No, he has to go to Milwaukee.
No, that's the deal. I'm
That's
giving him
the
the
deal.
same deal that the Brewers ownership gave the Brewers fans. They said because Ryan Braun cheated all of you, we'll give you a $10 voucher to any Brewers game this season or this month.
well, I was trying to cheat you.
So I'm giving
Yeah, we got Chris in there trying.
I'm giving Von Erich the same deal. Von
My
Erich
God,
gave him
there's
$10.
cheating going on left and right.
Sorry, Von Erich. I'm trying to help, dude.
Wow.
Oh man, this is.
Okay.
I'm telling you. By the way,
I couldn't figure out the hell he was talking about. I'm like, why does he own? I'm like, what? I'm like, of course we don't play Milwaukee. I'm like, what are we talking about right here?
I'm like, have I lost track of a bet that I completely forgot about right after I said it?
Trying to trick him, damn it.
I'm certain I owe
Thanks,
a lot
Ashley.
I'm certain that I owe a lot of you a
I
lot
was
of money.
confused.
I guarantee I'm certain that I've made bets over the years.
That's why I
where I'm
don't
like,
make
I'll
bets
bet you
with money.
$10 that the Browns do this or something, and then they don't, and everyone forgets about it. I'm sure if everybody had perfect memory, I'm sure I would have less than no money right now. All right, 3 up, 3 down time. This is my favorite 3 up column of the year, so just a heads up to you guys. Down number 3, Johnny Manziel, ushered out of a party near the
Poor
University
guy.
of Texas, almost hit with some beer bottles, wearing a Tim Tebow Jets jersey.
That's just weird.
What does that mean? I don't know.
I mean,
Number
that's
2,
just weird.
Philadelphia Eagles lost wide receiver Jeremy Maclin for the season. They're number 2 down because they do have other receivers, but number 1 down is the Baltimore Ravens, who lost tight end Dennis Pitta for
A lot
the
of people got hurt.
season.
Denver lost their center. Blood his ACL. One of the Cleveland Browns guys almost died.
Oh yeah, but he's gonna be all right though. He's
Yeah.
gonna play this year and everything. Up number 3, Brewers fans, as we mentioned. Team offering a $10 voucher for any fan that attends one of their 12 August home games
I'm
as an
excited.
apology for poor play and Ryan Braun.
How long is that drive?
It's
Not the slightest idea. I have no idea.
a little bit of a trip, I would think.
Up number 2, continuing my streak of 3 weeks in a row with a golfer being in the up column, Brant Snedeker, who won the Canadian Open after leader Hunter Mahan left on day 3 after getting a phone call that his wife had gone into labor. Left with the lead. Said later,
That's
folks.
a good daddy.
I got me a baby coming. It was
like,
a
I
big
got-
little baby girl too.
Aww.
Up number 1, Phil
I probably
Taylor.
wouldn't have left.
Phil Taylor is number 1 this week. Not the Browns Phil Taylor, a different Phil Taylor. His nickname is The Power. So Phil The Power Taylor won his 14th World Match Play Championship this weekend. Proving to the world why he is undoubtedly the world's greatest dart player of all
Oh, darts?
time.
That's
Congratulations, Phil The Power Taylor. All right, that's
difficult.
that's the first time
That's a-
darts has ever been mentioned on this show ever, and that is the last. Good night, darts.
They consider that a...
All right, well, that's
like
going
a
to wrap it up
ring?
for us this week. I don't know. I guess so. They have sponsors.
It's like huge, like dirt leagues?
So
I thought it was
next
just a
week,
bar thing.
next week we'll have more football, or we'll have some football, we'll have more baseball. We'll have so much on tap for you next week. But that's going to wrap it up for this week. So for Chris, for Von Erich, for Ashley, I'm Ralphie saying good night, everybody. We will see you next week. Same time, same place. Thanks for tuning in to High on Sports on MorningShowCentral.com.